All right, welcome back, everybody. So us plebs finally have access to 324 in the PTU, which is nice. Appreciate CIG for finally letting us see this after 323 came out a little bit ago. So it's good to see it's finally out. Was definitely worried there for a while. Still am worried, I guess, to a limited extent, but I've been waiting for this patch, and so are a lot of people. YouTube views are down pretty hefty right now, so this release is pretty well needed, and this is just PTU. It's not even out yet. So the idea, the prospect of 4.0 coming out before the end of the year, I think is rough to say the least. Definitely not Q3. I don't foresee that coming. I definitely think more of a Q4. But looking here, again in the elevator, I do like that you can only see your hangar. I did pick Microtech as my home base. That's where I'm leaning right now, but I'm not quite sure if I want to stick with that. The first problem I ran into is I actually couldn't get my vehicles in my hangar, like my ground vehicles. So it was sending them to the garage. And I'm like, well, that's not ideal. So if I have to pick a place like Orison that doesn't have ground vehicle hangars, I'll definitely do that just so I can keep getting, or I can actually get vehicles to appear in my garage, outside the garage and into my actual hangar. So yeah, that was the first thing I kind of ran into. I looked past that and kind of moved on. I just wanted to kind of take a look at it tonight. The way that the hangar looks when it comes up is pretty neat. I definitely enjoy that. Will it still be neat 100 times from now? Probably not. Can there be a way we can skip past that? Maybe. I mean, you have to wait a little bit for it to come up anyway, and you have to get to the hangar and everything. So is it that big of a deal? I don't know. Obviously, it's something to kind of nitpick on, but I like the dynamic of it and the look of it as it's coming up, and we'll definitely see that here. But all in all, is this something we want to keep forever? I don't know. Additionally, I did buy some cargo. I just bought some scrap just to kind of see what the interaction looks like. So buying it was fairly intuitive, and then pulling it up from the cargo area was also fairly intuitive. The challenge I ran into is I was also kind of playing with, and I'll show some footage of the furniture you can purchase as well, the decorations. There's just a few things. So there's kind of mostly low end and high end of those kind of components. And then there's the options. They were kind of flying around quite a bit. I was interested to see if we could potentially lock those into a grid. It looks like they lock in. So you might be able to put them in your ship and use them as extra seating if you needed to. I don't know how reliable they would be as far as, I imagine they might follow the ship or something. But anyways, I just want to take a look at them, kind of show them off here. And then as far as the actual cargo stuff's concerned, when I called up, I saw the Retaliator front end and back modules. I don't own those, so I don't know why they're on my account here. But I did pull them up just to kind of see them and see if I can move them around. I couldn't. So I actually kind of broke one of the two cargo hangars I had. So I couldn't send it back down for some reason. So it was kind of stuck, and it kind of broke what I had going on there. Another little test I did, I don't want to take this too terribly long. Just kind of wanted to show a few tests that I did. If I did backspace my character, I was able to get back to the medical area, obviously. And then it did give me the white beacon suit and helmet. So that was interesting to see as well. I did buy a few other things, and I did kind of mess with the cargo, not, I don't call it the cargo, but the drawer system, I guess is the best way to put it. The item systems that have to do with the drawers. That looks interesting as well. I do think it's another thing that's probably taking up too much time. Whereas the magic of using the old system was a nice to have, and I can see this new system definitely adds quite a bit. As far as, like, if I were to spawn in my hangar, I think I wouldn't care as much, to be honest. If I spawn in my hangar, there's a bed in my hangar, or even if I spawned in like the hotel room or whatever it is that the Habs, and then I could take an elevator right down to my hangar, that'd be a different story. I wouldn't mind putting this stuff on, calling my ship up, things of that nature. And all the time, at least for me, like as a player now that's seen the challenges of riding around in the trams and stuff, that seems like a nightmare in comparison. If we could do everything we need from our hangar and then move on with our lives, that probably wouldn't make the wait times for messing with the drawers, your item stuff, and waiting for your ship and all kinds of stuff, and actually loading cargo and all that, wouldn't make it seem so bad. Anyways, I did load up some cargo as well. When I finally called up to the cargo area, it looked pretty good. So I was able to call up the cargo and then load it up to I have an M2. I think I'm pretty sure it's a loaner for one of my Liberator, I believe. And so, yeah, that was interesting to load that up. Seemed good. And then I did one additional other test. I did some salvaging in my hangar. So that does appear to work. You have to be careful. I wouldn't maybe fracking it's not the best call. You would maybe want to salvage your ship, then repair it, and you could probably keep doing that, to be honest. I'll show that kind of as bonus footage. It did happen that when I fracked the ship, I just did it for the tractor, it got a fine associated with it because I think the pieces fell out of my hangar. So as far as scraping it, that's probably one thing, but actually fracking it, which is lower cost anyways, and not really worth it. But I think the prospect of actually pulling up your ships and doing salvage in your own hangar seems like a good idea. At least that's something I wanted to test right away and kind of am interested in doing. I don't think it's a cheat or a hack. I think it's an interesting concept. I mean, why not be able to salvage ships that you can pull into your hangar? Should you be able to salvage your own ships? Maybe, right? That's where it gets a little hairy. But if you can pull a ship into your hangar or bring one back for yourself, maybe an SRV or something, to have your vulture off to the side, I think that seems totally reasonable to me. I don't know why you wouldn't be able to do that. Anyways, yeah. All right, that's mostly it for now. I wanted to keep this relatively short. If I can think of anything else, I'll add it here at the end. But I appreciate y'all taking the time to watch the video, and I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.